Hello students, welcome back to online classes. In last class we discussed about the 13 group elements in P block elements. So today we will discuss about the uses of boron and aluminum compounds. So the uses of 13 group elements. Uses of boron and aluminum and their compounds. So we know that the boron has a smaller size and it has the hard in the nature, so that's why it shows very high melting point. As a result of this, the boron fiber, it is used in the preparation of bulletproof vests. So it will plays very important role for the production of bulletproof vests, as well as the borax, as well as the orthoboric acid. They are also having their own uses. So if you see one by one, the boron, firstly it is having harder in nature and it shows high melting point, and it is having low electrical conductivity. So as a result of that, it is used in and it is also showing low density. So the boron fibers, the first use of boron is the boron fibers are used in the preparation of bulletproof vests. Fibers are used in the manufacture of bulletproof vests, means jackets. Okay, bulletproof vests and light composite materials for aircraft. And this boron fibers, it is also used in the preparation of light composite materials for aircraft parts or aircraft. So in craft, and we know that the boron is, so the B10 isotope means boron isotope, that is B10. So it is having the capacity to absorb the neutrons, so that is why it is used in the nuclear industry as a control rods or a protective sheets. So this is the one of the important use of the boron. So the boron isotope B10 has ability to absorb neutrons highly. Since these are used in the nuclear reactor industry or a nuclear industry. The nuclear industry as a for making control rods and protective sheets. So another important use of boron is the borax is used as a preparation of the glasses. It is used in the preparation of glasses, especially the heat resistant gases. The borax and boric acid are used in the manufacture of heat resistant glasses. So the borax as well as boric acid, they have capacity to resist heat, so that is why these are used in the preparation of heat resistant glasses. Okay, and also these are used in the glass wool and fiberglass preparation. And the borax is also used as a flux for the soldering material. The borax is also used as flux for soldering metals. Okay, for soldering metals, for heat, scratch and metals, for heat, scratch, and strain resistant glazed coating. Strain resistant glazed coating to earthworks, so this flux is used in the soldering metal for heat, scratch, strain resistance glazed coating for earthworks, and also constituent of medicinal soaps. Constituents of medicinal soaps. So these are the uses of boron. And also the aqueous solution of orthoboric acid, it is also used as the antiseptic. The aqueous solution of orthoboric acid is used as a antiseptic. I hope it will be. Aqueous solution of orthoboric acid is used as a suspension of antiseptic. Okay, these are the uses of boron. So boron fibers are used in the manufacture of bulletproof vest, as well as these are used in the preparation of heat resistant glasses, and these are used in the aircraft materials preparation. So lighter parts will be made from the boron compounds, and the boric acid, it is used in the preparation of glasses, as well as it is the isotope of boron, it has capacity to absorb neutrons very highly. So as a result of that, it is used in the control rods as well as the protective shield preparation in the nuclear industry. And the aqueous solution of orthoboric acid, it is used as a antiseptic. So this is about the boron. If you see the uses of aluminium, it is also has the vast uses. Means the aluminium is white metal and it has high tensile strength, so that's why it is used as a aluminium is white silvery metal and it has high tensile strength, so as a result it will used in the preparation of some of the parts, as well as it is also used as a utensil, and it has high electrical and thermal conductivity. So aluminum is white silvery metal, in silver color metal, white silvery metal. It has high tensile strength, high tensile strength, and have good thermal conductivity as well as electrical conductivity, and has high electrical and thermal conductivity. But boron is showing low conductivity, it may be in electrical manner or as a thermal manner. So if you see the conduction which is produced by the aluminum, it is twice than that of the conduction produced by the copper. So compared to copper, aluminum is showing the high electrical as well as the thermal conduction to that of the copper. So that's why it is used in the extensively industry for a preparation of many kinds of alloys with copper, manganese, zinc, etc. So it has variety of roles in the industries. So when it is makes the alloys with the some of the metals like copper, zinc and nickel, etc. So it is used in the preparation of alloys with copper, magnesium, manganese, zinc, etc. So because it shows electrical conductivity twice than that of the copper, it shows electrical conductivity twice of copper, means double, it will produce almost double electrical conductivity compared to copper. So these alloys are used in the formation of tubes with the appropriate shape. So the alloys of aluminum are used in the can be given shapes of pipes, tubes, rods, etc. So these alloys, so it also makes alloys with silicon. Okay, so it will give one of the important alloy. So when it combines with the silicon, so that is aluminum silicate compounds will be formed. And it is also used in the packing, utensil making, construction, aeroplane and transportation industry. The use of aluminum and its compounds for domestic purpose is now reduced considerably because of their toxic nature. So it is also used in the preparation of constraints in the aeroplane. It is also used in the preparation of constituent parts of aeroplane. And transportation industry, but nowadays it is not used in so much of manner due to its toxic nature. Okay, so these are the uses of boron as well as the aluminum. So this completes your 13 group elements. So next is the 14 group elements. So that is the carbon family. The first element of 14 group is carbon. Carbon family are 14 group elements. So in 14 group elements we have carbon, silicon, germanium, lead as well as tin. So carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Tin and lead. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. So the carbon has atomic number 6, silicon 14, 32, 50, 82. 6, 14, 32, 50, 82. So these are the atomic number of the respective members of the carbon. So if you see the electronic configuration, the carbon should has 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, means helium 2s2, 2p2. So this is the outermost electronic configuration of a carbon. So that is 2s2, 2p2. So again silicon, so 14, so neon is 10, so neon 3s2, 3p2. So next germanium, so it has atomic number 32, so that is why argon 18. Then we have to write 3d10, 28, 4s2, 4p2. Again here also similar to that of 13 group elements, after silicon the arrival of d orbital as well as the f orbitals will be taken place here. So again if we move towards the tin, so that is krypton 4d10, 5s2, 5p2. So next is the xenon. So from lead again there is a presence of f orbitals will be taken place. So 4f14, 5d10, 6s2, 6p2. So in this way the electronic configuration of 14 group will be there. So here also the last 4 electrons are present in ns and np orbital. So that is why the outermost electronic configuration of 14 group elements should be ns2, np2, and the covalency of this group element should be 4 because they have 4 valence electron. But germanium, tin, lead will shows the different properties compared to silicon and carbon due to having the d orbitals as well as the f orbital electrons. So if we see the abundance of these group elements, the carbon is the 17th most abundant element of the earth or universe. So the carbon is found in elemental form as a coal, graphite or a diamine, and it is present in compounds form as a hydrocarbons or as a metallocarbons, and it is the most versatile elements. So that is why the carbon compounds, the related carbon compounds are branched as a organic chemistry. The carbon related compound study is said to be organic because of its versatile nature, and it is also has the ability to combine with dioxygen, dihydrogen as well as chlorine. It will make number of living tissues, the components which are present in living tissues, drugs, etc. Means it is the one of the most important element which is found in the universe. It is having capacity to combine with all other elements, and it forms the stable compounds. So that is why it is the 17th most abundant element of a carbon group family. So that is carbon, and it is found in two isotopic forms, that is C13 and C12, and one more isotope of carbon is the C14, and it has the 5000, more than 5000 days of a half-life period. So that is about 5770 years. The half-life period of carbon 14 isotope is the 5770. So it is an essential constituent of a living organisms. So it is also present as a carbon dioxide, about 0.03% in air. So next to this, silicon is present in abundantly in the universe, about 27.7%. So the germanium exist only in traces, and the tin mainly occurs as a tin oxide as well as lead in the form of galena. So that is the lead sulfur. So the pure form of germanium and silicon, it is used as a transistors as well as for the preparation of semiconductors. So tin is present in the form of traces, means it is rarer one, but germanium and lead, these are present as a pure form of this will be used as the transistors as well as the preparation of the semiconductors. So this is the electronic configuration of the 14 group elements. If we see the ionization enthalpy or else covalent radius, it is somewhat considerably increases from carbon to silicon, means carbon is having high covalent radius compared to silicon, but after moving silicon to germanium, it will be considerably increases. So gradually there is a variation will be occurs in these group elements due to presence of D10 as well as F block orbital elements. So that is why this is due to the presence of completely filled D and F orbitals in a heavier member. So there is a considerably increase in covalent radius initially from carbon to silicon. Covalent radius, it is considerably increases from carbon to silicon, but after that carbon to silicon, and thereafter from silicon to lead, from silicon to lead, there is a small increase in covalent radii due to occurs due to presence of d and completely filled d and f orbitals. D and f orbitals. So if you see the properties of group 13 elements, somehow those are similar, because in 13 group elements also there is a presence of d and f orbitals. So that is why they are also showing deviation in their properties. So here also we will observe some of the deviations, again due to the presence of completely filled d and f orbitals. So again, if you move towards the next property, ionization enthalpy, it is also varies. So ionization enthalpy. So if we compare with 13 group elements, the 14 group elements are having high ionization enthalpy. So comparing with 13 group elements, this carbon family will has more ionization enthalpy. The influence of core electrons is visible here also. So that is why the ionization enthalpy will be decreases down the group. So due to presence of the inner core electrons, means d and f electrons, here also there is a decrease in ionization enthalpy will taken place down the group. So in case of 13 group also it will be vary. So that is why say there is a small decrease in ionization enthalpy of silicon to germanium, then germanium to tin, and slight increase in ionization enthalpy of tin to lead will be occurs. So it is due to the poor shielding effect or a screening effect which is produced by the d and f orbital electrons. So if we compare with 13 group elements, it should be more, but in the group, firstly it will be increases, again it will be decreases down the group, decreases down the group. Then we will see the small increase in ionization enthalpy from germanium to tin, silicon to germanium, germanium to tin. So there is a gradual increasing will be taken place from silicon to germanium, germanium to tin. Further there is a increase, small increase from tin to lead will be occurs. It is also due to the poor shading or screening effect exhibited by the completely filled d and f orbitals. It is due to presence of or poor shading effect of completely filled d and f orbital electrons. So firstly it will be decreases from silicon to germanium, germanium to tin, but again it will shows the gradual increase from tin to lead due to the screening or shielding effect which is observed by the completely filled d and f electrons. So the last property is the electronegativity. So it is also decreases down the group, and the smaller elements or lighter elements, they are more electronegative compared to that of the heavier elements. So the lighter elements means the first two elements of this group will be acting as a more electronegatives compared to other group elements. So these are the some of the general properties of the 14 group elements. So that is covalent radius, ionization enthalpy, and the electronegativity as well as the electronic configuration. So if you see the physical properties, Here also the metallic properties decreases down the group. The lighter elements will behave as a non-metals, and the middle group elements will behave as a semi-metals or else metalloids, and the last group members are said to be the metals. Means they are getting the metallic character as we move down the group. So the metals will have the low melting points. So if you see the physical properties, so carbon is black in color. As we move down the group, the metallic character will be increases. So that's why the carbon is completely behave as a non-metal. Germanium and silicon will carbon and silicon are behave as a completely non-metals. Okay, but germanium is behave as a metalloid, and tin and lead they will become metals, and they are having low melting point. Whereas tin and lead are the soft metals and have low melting point. So the carbon is found in both elemental form as well as the compound form. So if you see the comparison, the 14 group elements should have more boiling and melting points compared to 13 group elements. The 14 group elements exhibit more melting point and boiling point. Compared to 13 group elements. So these are the physical properties of 14 group elements. Okay. As we move down the group, the metallic character should be increases, means the non-metallic character should be decreases. So that's why the carbon and silicons dominantly behave as a non-metals, but germanium it is behave as a metalloid, and the tin and leads will be having character of soft metal, and next they are showing high melting point and boiling point compared to the 13 group elements. So these are the physical properties of the 14 group elements. Next is the important trends and anomalous behavior of the carbon family, means the carbon. So important trends and anomalous behavior of carbon. Here the carbon is also having smaller size and shows high electronegativity as well as high ionization enthalpy compared to rest of its other group elements, means silicon germanium, tin, lead are having more size as well as the electronegativity as well as ionization enthalpy is different, but carbon is having smaller size and it shows higher electronegativity character and it has high ionization enthalpy, and again it will, so it doesn't have any d orbitals in its electronic configuration, only s and p orbitals are involved in the carbon electronic configuration. So that is why if you see the outermost electronic configuration of carbon, that is 2s2 2p2, so there are only 4 electrons are available. These are useful in the formation of a bonding, so that is why the covalency of this carbon will be 4, so it will not exhibit more than 4, and only the 4 pair of electrons are present around the carbon atom. So here it has, if you see one by one, the carbon has high ionization enthalpy, and high electronegativity. Due to its smaller size. And there is no d and f orbitals in its electronic configuration, but the tin, lead, germanium will shows the presence of d and f orbitals. Electronic configuration. So only the s and p orbitals are involved in the bonding. So as a result of that, s orbital and p orbitals contains 2 electrons, so those are participate in the bonding. The s and p orbitals will participate in the bonding. So the carbon exhibit, so that the carbon exhibit covalency 4. So if it makes bonds with other, for example methane or else carbon tetrachloride, so it gets only 4 covalent bonds around it and has 4 pair of electrons, 4 from carbon and 4 from each chlorine atom, means 1 electron from each chlorine atom. So covalency should be 4 and it has 4 pair of electrons around it, pairs of electrons around it. So 4 pairs is nothing but 8 electrons. In this way it will become stable, but the rest of the other members of the group, so they will exhibit more covalency due to availability of d and f orbitals. So they will exhibit more than 4 covalency due to availability of d and f orbitals, and the important property of carbon is it will forms p-pi bonds. The carbon will forms the p-pi bonds, means pi orbitals belongs to p orbitals. It is said to be p-pi bonding nature. So with respect to other elements also it will forms the p-pi bonds like C double bond O, C triple bond N, C double bond N, etc. So with the same element it will make the p pi p pi. With other elements also it make the p pi bonds. So this is the unique or important character of this carbon. It has ability to form p pi multiple bonds with itself. Means carbon carbon double bond, carbon carbon triple bond, self like carbon carbon double and carbon carbon triple bonds. Okay, so it is formed because of its high electronegativity character as well as the high ionization enthalpy. But as we move down the group, due to having higher size, they will lose the electronegativity as well as ionization enthalpy less character. They will lose their higher ionization and higher electronegativity character as we move down the group, means below the carbon. Okay, with other atoms of small size and high electronegativity. So it will also form multiple bonds with other elements, also forms multiple bonds with other elements like carbonyl bonds or nitrile bonds, etc. So these are the example for other multiple bonds like C double bond O, C double bond S, C triple bond N, etc. Okay, in this way it has ability to form itself p pi bonding. It is also form the multiple bonds with other elements, but the heavier elements, they do not form p pi bonds due to their large size as well as they will not able to overlap properly. So it has high ionization enthalpy, electronegativity, and d and f orbitals are not present in the carbon, and s and p orbitals will participate in the bonding. The carbon will exhibit covalency 4 and it will mix p pi bonds selfly, and it also forms multiple bonds with other elements like nitrile, carbon sulfide or the carbonyl bonds. So the heavier atoms do not form the p pi bonds due to their large size as well as have no effective overlapping. The heavier elements do not form p pi bonds due to their orbitals are too large, since they are not exhibit the effective overlapping, but carbon will exhibit the p pi bonding due to its smaller size. So another important remarkable property of carbon is catenation. So it will shows the catenation property, means it has capacity to link with other atoms in the form of ring as well as in the open chain. So that is said to be catenation. It will has ability to make a link with another element in ring form or a chain form. So that is why this property of carbon is said to be catenation. Carbon atom, the carbon, so it is the one of the important property. So as a result of that, we will study the many number of carbon compounds in organic chemistry. So as well as it is found in the form of drug. Carbon atom have tendency to link with other, tendency to link with one another in ring form or a chain form. Okay, it will make ring as well as a chain form, ring form or a chain form through the covalent bonds, is called as catenation. Okay, so this is the one of the important behavior which is shown by the carbon. So it will be formed catenated moieties due to its strong CC bond. So means it will make stronger carbon bonds with the another carbon atom. It is due to its strong carbon bond. Okay. As we down the group, the electronegativity decreases and ionization enthalpy is also decreases, and the catenation property is also decreases. So that is why the carbon is only showing higher catenation property compared to the other group elements. So the catenation tendency should be decreases down the group, means in the 14 group it should be goes on decreases. So if you see the bond enthalpy values, the order of catenation should be, the order of catenation in this 14 group is, the carbon is having more catenation compared to silicon, and somehow germanium and silicon they are showing near catenation property, but lead will not involved in the catenation due to its large size as well as the presence of f orbitals. They will prevent the formation of the catenation property. So lead will not exhibit catenation. Lead will not exhibit the catenation property. So these are the anomalous behavior of a carbon. So it has small size, has high ionization enthalpy, high electronegativity, and exhibit 4 covalency, and it makes p-pi bond, and it will shows the catenation property. Catenation is nothing but the carbon atoms will link with the another elements in the chain or a ring form. It is said to be catenation through the covalent bonds. It is important. It will make ring or a chain with another elements through covalent bonds. So that is said to be catenation. But down the group should be decreases due to heavier size as well as the large ionization enthalpy and electronegativity. As a result of that, compared to other group members, the carbon is having high catenation property, and silicon is less than that of carbon. Germanium, tin are showing somewhat equal or nearer catenation property, but lead will not exhibit the catenation property. So these are the important trends as well as the anomalous behavior of a carbon. So in next video we will discuss about the further topics, that is the allotropes of a carbon. Thank you.